guess this is how it begins. My battery is fully charged. That's what it says. Make sure your battery is. It would help to look into the camera. Gotta wait for my power to power up. Hopefully this isn't going to be a thing. We have liftoff. It's all about my phone making noises. Hopefully people, they're starting to get their alerts, etc. Greetings, my unconventional conventionists. I always like opening with that. It reminds me of the Rocky Horror Show. Greetings, my unconventional conventionists. We are unconventional people. We who watch this. We who participate. We are not just observers. We participate. Hi there. Hello. Mike's cool guy. Cool guy. It's good to be known as the cool guy. Keep your head when everyone else is theirs. Today is Monday. Oh, I got a like already. Yesterday I had to earn a like. They made me earn H7. Jojo. Hey, we got Jojo. We got cool guy. I like to give I guess that's how we give a shout out. I'm learning all this new lingo. Do this bag ga. Gaga. Hi, welcome. Is everybody ready to be happy? Sussy Lewis, hello. G'day, as they say down under. G'day, mate. No, we don't ride kangaroos to work. Thank you. Yes. It's good to, I like that. I was learning about being grateful. You know, if you're, one of your kids, oh, Ceci, Susie. Okay, sorry, Susie. I have dyslexia, so when I first look at words, they register differently. Hey, yes. G'day, everyone. Today we got 13 people. I hope I retained them all. You're a kid. Well, welcome, kid. I guess this one is for everybody. My show runs on donations, so if anybody wants to donate, that would be greatly appreciated. And you liked and subscribed. Well, thank you. You did both of it. At you. And then there's a rainbow flag. Oh, right back at you. Bag, bagag. Is that how, bag, bagag? Bag, bagag? That sounds like a, yeah, bag, bagag. Is that like Gerflungus? Gerflungus and Giat. I'm learning so many new words. Giat. That Giat. So, oh, I have some proof of my manifesting. And I think what we need to do is acknowledge when we manifest something. We need to acknowledge it. So, I was doing a visualization about counting out 20s, and here it is. This is the proof. Well, anyway, it's the proof. I went into my imagination and I started counting out $20 bills, and there they are. And uh, the more it becomes a lucid dream for you, the better it is. Oh, that's the side for gay. Okay. The side. Side or sign. You got a happy, so that's a greater three. Greater three. Oh, it looks like a heart. Side. SIDE. So, I guess, how is everyone? We're starting off, I think, okay. Yes, that is a heart. Okay, well, thank you for your heart. Thank you for that. Why can y'all not spell? I know. I think what we rely on that, what's it called? That word correct. We sometimes the text spells for us. I've noticed that. Sometimes it spells for us. What's it? What is that? A sad face? You went from a happy. Okay. No, der Susie. Wake up, a little Susie. Wake up, a little Susie. What are you gonna tell your mama? Autocorrect. That's what they call it. Autocorrect. I think Patton Oswalt talked about that. One of his bits. He was texting his wife, and the autocorrect put "I hate." So that's what he sent his wife by accident. I hate. My mom, she lets me use it up by field. Thanks for the info. I informed somebody today. I guess I'm doing my job. My job is to keep you informed. And so how will we have a good time? What do we talk about today? Talk about how fun it is to spend time with our family. Today is April Fool's Day. Don't be an April Fool. There was a story I keep remembering about April Fool's Day. A tidal wave had hit. Bro what? What is it? Bro what? Is it my colorful shirt today? I'm wearing my Aloha shirt. Or they call it a Hawaiian shirt. I want to buy more Hawaiian shirts. I don't see many on the rack anymore. Or something like it. Oh, okay. I know, everybody's looking through their phones now. I've noticed that. This goes to full screen. I'm a fool for women also. I need to I need to check myself before I wreck myself. I need to be able to pick through the women, pick through them. Like you pick cherries. We got to pick the rotten ones we need to throw away. The good ones we can hold on to. Because there's nothing better than a good cherry, There's nothing better than a delicious cherry that doesn't have any divots in it, that's not decaying, that doesn't have a worm in it, There are many cherries that have worms in them. Dream right. Oh, darn right. Okay. See, my dyslexia. I have to pay attention to what I'm reading. Some people could just look at words and know what they say. Cherries are better. That's right. You can always rely on a good cherry. You can always rely on a delicious, plump cherry. Just bite down gently because you don't want to break your teeth on the pit. Don't break your teeth on the pit. Just you put the cherry in your mouth and you bite down until you feel the pit, and then you have to carve around the pit. I guess every cherry has pits. That's our lesson for today. The pitted cherries. It is. I agree. There are a lot of a lot of wormed apples out there, a lot of guys and gals. Nobody is nobody is safe from that. You run into some good guys, and you run into some bad guys. But girls have to stop falling for the bad guys. You know, they're tough on the outside, but when the needle comes out, when somebody's a threat, that's when the bad guys aren't so bad anymore. That's what I've noticed. All these guys who look tough, as soon as they're confronted, as soon as they're challenged, they fold like a lawn chair. Perfect. Blah, blah. Blah, blah. Well, I'm being fair to both gender. Well, the male and female, you know, they both have their drawbacks, I guess. They both have their good, their redeeming qualities. I think we need to look. That's right. Some girls just like the bad guys. And I think what it is once we work on our inside, we'll start to see the outside get better. Once we work on that inner kingdom, the kingdom of heaven is within you, you know. Then you start to have a better outlook. You start to create a better reality. Because that's what we're creating the wrong stuff. That's what we're running into. Our third eye is clogged with all of our bad perception. Clogged with bad perception is reality. That's what I keep hearing. What you perceive is your reality. And so sometimes you need to start perceiving, stop looking at problems. Yeah, there is a difference between real life and what we imagine. And then that whole correspondence, if your real life corresponds with your imagination, then I think you're off to a good start. But it does sound like blah, blah. That's what, yeah, no school in school. Because we got to be careful of what's polluting us, If we don't let stuff in, we got to be careful what we're letting in, because what we let in is what's going to come out, If you're gloom and doom, if you focus on the negative, you just get more negative. I know. And it's like, why do we got to mess with nature? What's this compulsion to mess with nature? Nature had it right in the first place, but we're all tampering with nature. And then we get diseases, we get mutations, we get stunned growth, we get all these things that aren't meant to be. I think what it is how do you stay positive and less negative? Stop acknowledging the negative. I think that's what gives it power, is when you acknowledge that something's not going well, you start to see more of what's not going well. Yes, it is karma. Yeah, our thought karma. Like the Buddha said, we'll be punished not for our thoughts, we'll be punished by our thoughts. So the more we say, oh, I need new tires, I need an oil change, I just got a ticket today, yeah, that's what, just do not, you can't say don't, because don't, the subconscious doesn't understand don't. So if you say, I don't do that, or I won't do that, it's just like telling the subconscious, I do that. I do that. We don't, well, it's all about sales. What will people buy? People will buy that shiny apple, that waxed apple, because it looks good. It's all about appealing. What's appealing to the shopper, So they're doing stuff to natural, this glorious natural apple, they're doing things to the apple to make it look good to the consumer instead of just putting an apple out there. Sometimes people just want an apple. They don't want it to be buffed or shined or, you know, give access to what comes right off the tree. I think that's what it is we're fighting against nature. Well, no. So I'm about to learn something. We're having conversation here. It's not one-sided anymore. I'm just going to wait for somebody to... This is not a one-sided conversation. That's what I do sometimes. I get one-sided, and I think that's why people drop off. Have you noticed that? I was like at least 10 or 17 viewers, and now I only have 2. That makes me want to check myself. Technically, wax can save fruits. Yeah, it might add to the preservation. They use salt also. They use all kinds of ways. Have you ever looked at a canned good, how much sodium is in that canned good? And it's like, that's dangerous amounts of sodium. Soy sauce and things like that, our ramen noodles have tons of sodium, and that's what poor people live on. They live on them ramen noodles. I think what it is find another way to flavor them because I think it's that flavor pack. That flavor pack has so much sodium in it. And then sugar, oh my God, just a Coca-Cola. One Coca-Cola has so much sugar in it. You might as well just pour sugar down your gullet, And then there's, orange juice has lots of sugar. They give that to a diabetic when they're low, when their blood sugar is low. Go ahead and drink some orange juice. Rice, I think, also gives you a lot of blood sugar. So, I guess that's what it is. It's like eat right for your blood type. Yeah, there are some benefits. They used to pay people with salt. In Egypt and Greece, I think. That's where we get celery from, the word celery. Or people say you're worth your salt, There are they use salt as preservative and for cleansing. If you want to get rid of bad juju, they say sea salt. Get yourself some sea salt. Black tourmaline, I hear is a good... I use black tourmaline. I have a necklace of black tourmaline. Keeps that negativity from building up. A lot of times it's what we're thinking about. When we think something and then our emotions get triggered, we start to vibrate at that frequency. And the best thing is just to take a deep breath and like the Count of Saint Germain. If you go to my channel and click on community, if you scroll down far enough, there's the Golden Book of Saint Germain. And he talks about if a problem arises, don't accept the problem. Focus on what you do want to happen. Because it's thought energy is what really shapes the universe, it seems. Whatever we're thinking is creating something. It's creating an emotion. It's actually creating a physical thing. I think that's why people suffer. Sodium. It also helps us retain water. So a lot of us wind up in the emergency room because we're dehydrated. That's why I like my vessel here. I got my strawberry flavored drink mix. This is my blender bottle. It has this cool thing in here that you shake and it mixes your drink. I know, and it's like we're basically whatever we have. That's the only place we can go get food. It seems, especially if you're in the city. If you're in the city, if you don't grow your own food, you have to go to the store, and the store is where all that tampered food, you know. They say go to the produce department. Go to if you want healthy food. Go to don't use that. Don't use the canned foods. Don't use the processed foods because that's the stuff that's killing us. Yeah, pesticides, DMT. They use DMT and Roundup. Um, that's stuff that can kill you. People Roundup. They use Roundup for the weed killer, and that causes cancer. And so I guess read your bottles. Read what the bottles, what the ingredients are, and read about the studies. This is the information age. It's so easy to Google things like how to fix your car, how to add a memory chip to your computer. You just go to Google, and they'll tell you what this has been dosed to cause cancer. You know, this has been found to cause our pineal gland or our pineal gland. Everybody pronounce it differently. The pineal gland, the pineal gland. It's in our brain. That little gland that produces DMT. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it produces. Our bodies produce DMT. But when you up the ante or up the dosage, you start to get visions, and a lot of people are trying DMT and ayahuasca. The DMT experiencers, they all talk about the same thing. So wherever they go, everybody's experiencing the same thing. Yeah, share them. I think everybody can see your texts. Everybody, I noticed that when I'm watching a live stream, I get the text from people, or I can read what people are putting in, whether it's hi or good day or something. So yeah, you'll be able to educate. I like being educated. I enjoy education because there's so many secrets that are being revealed. You know, near-death experiencers. They all have the same. This one doctor, also hospice nurses. Have you ever seen hospice nurses talk about the end of life? How they have actual words to describe or terms. They have the stare, they have the reach. They're always, or they're talking to somebody who they don't see. They contain a charge. I keep hearing that water contains a message. You do? That's what this is. This is my recorder. I make sounds come out of it. I guess you can call it playing a recorder. Some people, that's one of the music lessons, is how to play a recorder. Also harmonicas, I like harmonica. I like playing my harmonica and my jaw harp. I like carpet. I love carpet. So that's cool. If you could play a recorder, then you can sit somewhere and play music. Yeah. Have you seen that video? There was a guy who had I guess he looked out his window and he saw birds perched on power lines, and on each power line, the birds, it was like reading music, and the guy played the notes where the birds were, on the power lines. And it was kind of cool. It was like where each bird was, he played it as a note, which I thought was creative. It's like birds are teaching you how to sing. They already know how to sing. Try out the notes. Bag, bag, bagag? I don't know. I don't know how to read music. Paul McCartney of the Beatles, he said that he doesn't read music. He can play music, but reading music? So today is Monday, and it is almost 2 o'clock. And I'm indoors because it might rain today. It looks like it wants to rain. So I think we're having a pretty good chat. Everybody's gone away, which is really disturbing. It's disturbing that. But then some people don't want to stay the whole chat. So I will focus on life-changing stuff. Hi there. G'day. Welcome. Hi, hi. So we're starting, I guess, no, we've been into this for about 26 minutes. Hi, hi, hi. You can't say hi enough. Hi is always a good way to open. Hi is a good start. So how many hi? 4 highs? I'm doing okay. Doing all right. Good, getting good grades. The future's so bright. I gotta wear shades. If you go to my channel and click on community, I found that song I was talking about last night. Put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart. Oh, another hi. G'day. I like these teardrop sad. Hello, everyone. Good day. Oh, you're greeting everyone. Okay. Welcome, welcome. I just got a hold of some clove oil. My mom said I could have her clove oil, and I put it in a spray bottle, and it's to ward off things. Hello, g'day. I like that. Hello. You ever watch Labyrinth when that little worm greets her? Hello. Did you say hello? No, I said hello. That was kind of cool, that little worm. Small little puppet. No, it was a caterpillar in Labyrinth. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome. Call. I like to extinguish calls. People try to interrupt my stream. This is our time, like Spicoli. Doesn't that make it our time? Elo. Oh, hello, mate. Hello, mate. Can you pass me the, what's that, boho for wall? Boho for wall? That almost sounds like when Willy Wonka, he said, Hasselwaffenol. It's a Hasselwaffenol. That was that thing that ran on foam. Wow, my phone is really making a lot of noise. It's a Hasselwaffenol. Dun, da, da, da. I guess we can keep smiling, keep shining, keep a good attitude. I notice people, their attitude, it's all about attitude. My mom is a good example of attitude. She always seems to have a good attitude, you know. Don't let nothing get you down. Don't let nothing, because we do have to just blow it off, you know, all the little inconveniences, all the extra gas. Oh, okay. British people, how they how they say a bottle of water. Fry me some prawns. Steve Irwin, yeah. Crikey! Steve Irwin? He liked to show you animals? He liked to get you familiar with the wild? I remember watching, he used to be called the Crocodile Hunter. Crocodile Hunter! He was the Crocodile Hunter. We used to watch that, and then it was like Steve Irwin, this or that. He was like the Jack Hanna of his time. Remember Jack Hanna? He would go on TV shows and show people animals. Oh, crikey! By crikey! No, we don't ride kangaroos to work. We don't ride kangaroos to school. Try to put a saddle on a kangaroo. That's a futile attempt. Kangaroos are badass. Have you ever watched a kangaroo? Those things have huge muscles. And they don't work out. They just have huge muscles and claws. I don't think you'd want to upset a kangaroo. They can disembowel you, I'm sure. They hop and kick to fight, you know. I think that's why they put boxing gloves on them. Protect you from those claws. By crikey! Oh, wait a second. So today I went to Ingles. Ingles is out where I live, it's a supermarket, and they have a buffet. $8. I got a huge lunch for just $8, drink included. So I sat there with my brother and me mom. My brother and me mom, we sat and had lunch. We had a luncheon, and it was very good. So I give that a thumbs up. Six-foot spider and radroaches. We have armadillos here. I see a lot of dead armadillos on the roadways. When we're driving by, we see armadillos. I've never seen a live armadillo, which is weird. I guess they're nocturnal. I always seem to see them dead on the side of the road. But yeah, we have armadillos here. We also have, I saw a possum today. It probably was playing possum, but usually not on the side of the road. Possums secrete, on the corner of their mouth, they secrete a liquid that attracts flies. So not only do they play dead, they attract flies to make them look even more dead. And that's something I found out about possums. Oh yeah? Louisiana? Yeah. New Orleans? That's where Hurricane Katrina hit. I was in New Orleans one time. I went with me fam. To New Orleans. I don't think we went during Mardi Gras though. We did go there. Mardi Gras, I guess you got to watch yourself. People do things to get those beads. I don't think they ticket anybody either. You have to show your boobies. And then you get beads. I'm getting fond memories just now. Fond memories of New Orleans. And a lot of voodoo. A lot of voodoo high priestesses. And there's a lot of stories about the voodoo high priestesses or voodoo priestesses in New Orleans. Rocks and kicks. Food. Okay, honestly, our food rocks and kicks ass. Over in New Orleans? Is that where you are? They call it New Orleans. New Orleans, not New Orleans. It's New Orleans. New Orleans. And then Louisville. I think that's where Kirsten Dunst is from. Louisville, Kentucky. And then here in Georgia, who is that? Chloe Grace Moretz. Chloe Grace Moretz. She played Hit Girl and the like. Oh, Baton Rouge. Okay, Baton Rouge. Yeah, I've heard Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. That means red stick. Baton Rouge. That's French. I think they have a French quarter in New Orleans. Baton Rouge. The red stick. And then there's Moulin Rouge, the red light district. Yeah, the Moulin Rouge. Rock Bottom, Louisiana. Yeah, you're making me homesick, even though I'm not from Louisiana. I think a lot of slaves came from Haiti, and they practiced voodoo, and that's how it made its way into New Orleans. There's a lot of voodoo going on in Louisiana. Where is that other place? Massachusetts, Salem, Massachusetts. I think that's the right way to say it. Massachusetts. They have the witch trials. They have a lot of witch shops, and witches, I guess, live in Massachusetts. Can you say Massachusetts? I'd like to go visit places like that. Go to New Orleans, eat some jambalaya. Listen, oh, they have, when somebody dies, they play jazz music when somebody dies. I've had crawfish. We used to catch our own crawfish. I remember that. We call them crawdaddies or crawdads. Yeah, crawfish. The only thing better than a crawfish dinner is 2 crawfish dinners. And it's like, I remember that, those little crawdads. We'd use a piece of chicken, take a piece of chicken and put it on the end of a string, and the crawdad would hang on to the chicken. Then they have those crawdad cages. There's cages that you put the chicken in and the crawdads crawl in. And that's how you catch them. What's fun is like after you boil them, you start cracking them all. You take the tails and you crack them. They look a lot like shrimp. Crawdads or crawfish. Catfish. We have catfish out here. Baron. I'm trying to remember her first name. Baron. Help me out here. I'm trying to remember her. She does noodling. She's the one that's coming under fire because they're calling her a man and a tomboy and all that. I think her name's Holly Barron or something like that. Anna, that's what her name is. Anna Barron. Anna Barron's getting a lot of press. And also the Chick-fil-A girl. No Chick-fil-A sauce? I like watching those videos. No Chick-fil-A sauce? She said that's a good example of attitude. Having a good attitude. Yeah. So anyway, she does noodling. They fish without rods and reels. They just jump in the water and they pull giant catfish out of the water. And she's cute. I like Anna Barron. Hannah Barron. I like watching her talk. She does this hog sound. That's also on my community page. If you scroll down long enough. She does this hog sound. It's kind of funny. Pretty funny. It's up there in funny. Anna Barron. She's a hunter and all that stuff. She does all the stuff that most women don't do. No Chick-fil-A sauce? I like to, for a pick-me-up, I like watching that video. What else? What else do I like watching? Oh, this girl that sings. That's also on my community page. I call it my community page. Go to my channel and click on community. I have had a meat pie. We used to cook meat pies at home. We called it shepherd's pie. Yeah, shepherd's pie. I think it's the same thing as meat pie. Meatloaf. I like meatloaf. A good meatloaf. There's a place called Baby Jane's around here. Baby Jane's, I think on Thursdays. On Thursdays they have meatloaf. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet, and you just sit there and, yeah, you pay. No, you walk in, they ask you what drink you want, and then you walk up and you just load your plate up with all the different food, and then you pay on your way out. It's a buffet. Kind of like that Las Vegas filet. Yeah, Las Vegas, they have those good buffets. They're known for their buffets. What was that place I used to go, that I like to go to? Ichiban. There's a place called Ichiban. It's a Chinese restaurant. It's all you can eat. That's good. Ichiban! You eat Ichiban! You just go in and they sit you down. They ask you what drink you want. What drink do you want? I just say Coke. Just give me a Coke. And then you can get your sushi. Their sushi is good. There I go advertising again. I always advertise, and I don't get paid to advertise. I should get paid to advertise. Because it's about word of mouth, word of mouth advertising. Just tell people what places you like to eat. There's another place called Takai. It's a Japanese restaurant. They're the only ones that are open on Christmas Day. We go to Takai because it's the only place open on Christmas Day. It's like, their food is really good too. Hey, if you want to pay me to advertise, or I'll be your old timer. You always ask the old timer where things are and what's the best eating places. I'm your old timer. Hey, old timer, can you tell me the way to the bait shop? One of my favorites was, what was that show? I'm trying to remember the Cabin Fever. You ever watch Cabin Fever? Cabin Fever, when that kid was sitting on the porch with the long blonde hair, and he starts yelling, pancakes, pancakes, and then he bites the guy, and he knew something was wrong after he bit him. Remind me of that guy, that kid's name. There was a sign behind the swing saying, don't annoy this guy. I wish I could remember that name. I'm going to have to watch that tonight. Cabin Fever. That was a pretty good movie. He was the guy who did Planet Terror. I think he did Planet Terror. If you watch Planet Terror, the same blonde girl that was in Cabin Fever. No, it was Death Proof. Death Proof. That blonde girl that was in Death Proof, she was also in Cabin Fever. See, I know my movie trivia. I like movie trivia. Oh, I'm going to have to put my my movie playlist. I forgot to put my movie playlist in the description. In the description of this video, you will find my donation link, and I will have to remember to put in there my movie playlist. There's a lot of good Killer Clowns from Outer Space. That movie is in there. And Highlander and Highlander 2. They're pretty good movies. Highlander and Highlander 2. Donnie Darko. A lot of movies that people have forgotten about are in there. Damn, I forgot to do that. I put my donation link in the description, but I like to add my movie playlist. I'm always finding new movies on YouTube because they rely on the views, all the views. So I'm helping them out, and they're helping me out. Just click on the movie and watch it. They'll get their view and their commercials. Yeah, free with ads. I like that. Free with ads. Drop Dead Fred is in there too. If you remember Drop Dead Fred, Phoebe Case. She was in a lot of good movies. She was in Gremlins, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I don't know if I'm dating myself, but I grew up in the 80s. There's a lot of good movies. A lot of good movies from the 80s. There's some Robin Williams movies, some Val Kilmer movies. So, is everybody having fun so far? Listening to my one-sided conversation? The last person said, Have you ever had meat pie or crawfish? And I think I answered that. No wonder this is a one-sided conversation. Nobody's saying anything. No wonder. That's why this becomes a one-sided conversation. I like to chat. I call it chatting with my peeps, my viewers, my loyal viewers. I'm here for those who love me, because I don't cast my pearls before swine. I don't put my cart before the horse. I don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. I'm up to my balls in jugglers. That made me laugh. You ever seen Hot Fuzz? We'll be up to our balls in jugglers. I'm up to my balls in jugglers. That always makes me laugh. He was pretty upset about it too when he said it. That's a good movie. I'd like to watch that again too. I have my DVDs. DVDs are archaic now. Back in the early 2000s, DVDs were all the rage. DVDs, get it on DVD or get it on Blu-ray. $19 per DVD. I have a little portable DVD player. That's what I need to do. Go to the coffee shop, bring my DVD player, and just sit and watch a movie. Because that's what we do, right? We go to the coffee shop so that we can be seen at the coffee shop. That's kind of like a status symbol. I can go to the coffee shop. I can sit and chill, be seen by people. Anybody who's anybody is at the coffee shop. Anybody who's anybody is at the coffee shop. I think I'll do Snacking with Ed again. I have my Skittles. I like to taste the rainbow. Taste the rainbow. So hopefully these videos are being seen by the right people. If you're watching this, you're the right people. I haven't even got past an hour yet. Time has slowed down. Normally when I look up at the timer, 2 hours have gone by. How do we stay positive? How do you stay positive? You know, when all this stuff is coming at you. It's just coming at you from all angles. The shit hits the fan. You got to wear your suit, you know, like your Gallagher suit. When he goes smashing watermelons, you got to put on your raincoat for when the shit hits the fan. All this shit is hitting the fan. There you are with your raincoat, so you don't get any on you. That'll be one of my slogans. Wear your raincoat. Before you leave, wear your raincoat. Figuratively speaking. Before you leave the house, put on your raincoat, because this shit's hitting the fan. If you want to dodge the fecal matter, protect yourself from fecal matter. Oh, I'm putting so much energy into this. I think I'm suffering from the law of diminishing return. I think once I stop thinking about my problem is getting viewers. My problem is getting enough viewers, enough subscribers. It's starting to become a daily thing now. New subscribers. Sometimes I'm alerted to having a new subscriber, and sometimes I'm not. I wonder why that is. I'll get a new subscriber and I won't get an alert about the subscriber. So that's good, because I look at my channel and I see there's a few more subscribers. I think once I'm over the hump, I'm almost over the hump. I got like 780 so subscribers. And I'm thinking as soon as that hump, it'll all be downhill after that. So why is that? I got one person, looks like one person is watching. When I first started the stream, I had at least 10 people, and they all just disappeared. Why? Maybe if I stop asking why. Why not? Why not just sit here and an old man watch an old man go on and on about stuff. Why not? What are you doing? If you can click on this video, you have spare time. If you can click on this video, you have spare time. So why not spend it with your old pal Ed? Why not just try to initiate? Oh, you're still here. Bruce is still here. All right. See, I like to say names. I was watching Azura Dragonfeather on one of her streams, and she mentioned me. I put Blessed Be, and she read it. Or Blessed, and then I put a bee in there, like a little cartoon bee. The bee emoji. And she said, hi Eddie's Funhouse. So it's like hearing one of your, what is it? Like hearing a celebrity say your name. That's pretty nice. That was very nice of her. So I like to return the favor. The favor? Return the flavor? Savor the flavor? I'm glad you're still here. You're really a blessing to me. I'm still here, Bruce P. So Bruce Almighty. That's a good way to refer to yourself. I'm Bruce Almighty. We're on the road to recovery. We are the Phoenix. The Order of the Phoenix. That's what we are. We have the Order of the Phoenix. Here, the Order of the Phoenix. We rise up out of the ashes. From the ashes of disaster grow the roses of success. Wasn't that in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang? You ever watched Chitty Chitty Bang Bang? From the ashes of disaster grow the roses of success. Yes, yes. We are here. We are rising up the ashes of disaster. Sometimes your life seems like a disaster, but we rise. We open our eyes and we rise. The ashes of disaster grow the roses of success. Another one is Joe's Apartment. You ever see that movie, Joe's Apartment? It's about roaches. The thing about shit is good things seem to grow out of it. The good thing about shit is good things grow out of it. And those pretty flowers. Megan, the girl that was in that movie was Megan. I forget her last name. I remember her name was Megan. She was one who played the love interest of Joe. No. What's the... Yes, yes, no. You ever watch History of the World Part 1? Madeline Kahn was playing the yeah. Yes, yes, no, yeah. Well, anyways, Madeline Kahn was playing Cleopatra, I think. Oh, no, Roman. That's right, Roman. She was like a Roman wife or something like that. Madeline Kahn. No, 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 yes. No, 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 yes. No, 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 no. History of the World Part 1. It was a Mel Brooks movie. Mel Brooks was in World War II. Did you know that? He fought in World War II. He had some stories to tell. Mel Brooks. Dracula Dead and Loving It. You ever seen that movie? Blazing Saddles. High Anxiety. He made a lot of movies, Mel Brooks. And he was always in his movies. Mel Brooks. Gene Wilder was in quite a few of his movies. Madeline Kahn was in quite a few of his movies. So, yeah. If you ever want to get cheered up, watch a Mel Brooks movie. If you ever want to be cheered up, yeah. Welcome. I see another viewer. Yes, I knew that. You knew that. What was that you knew? That's a very umbrella. That was a very umbrella statement. Okay. Yes, I knew that. That's a good way to answer a question. Yes, I do that. So who else we got? Yeah. Okay, okay. I got 2 likes. I'm really having to earn my likes lately. It's like they're really making me earn those likes. People can't just be generous with likes. You got to be a good tap dancer. You got to be a good little tap dancer. I guess in my element, just turn on the camera and watch me go. Turn on the camera, and we'll hopefully have a two-sided conversation. What else can I talk about today? Oh, my love spells. I'm going to be doing love on this Friday. I think it's the 5th. Yeah, the 5th. Friday, I'll be doing love spells. They're $20. They used to be $30, but I'm being lenient. There was like 40 people. I know, you were there. You were there. You saw it. You saw that there was almost 40 people. Now there's just 2. That's right. The cheese stands alone. The cheese stands alone. Hi ho the dairy-o, the cheese stands alone. Who knows? Maybe that'll change. That'll change over time. I guess people have to get used to me first. Now there is 2. 2 is one, 1 is none. That's what I hear. That's the military saying. 2 is one, 1 is none. So at least we have 1. We have us 3. We are the 3 musketeers. What's funny is they call them musketeers. A musketeer is somebody who has a musket. A musketeer is somebody who has a musket. And they all had sabers. Not sabers. What do they call those? In fencing? They're not called sabers. They're not called cutlasses. Cutlasses are pirate swords. Yeah, maybe. Remember, we're phoenixes. We're the Order of the Phoenix. We have to rise out of the ashes of disaster. Rapier, that's the word, rapier. All of the 3 musketeers had rapiers. They didn't have muskets, they had rapiers. Can you say rapier on YouTube? You can say rapier. A rapier is a weapon that's a very effective weapon. If you get poked with a rapier, you're pretty much screwed. They're not musketeers, they're the rapiers. Yeah, sabers. See, a saber is like a one-handed sword. In the olden days, around the Civil War, the time of our Civil War, they had sabers. And then in Star Wars, they are lightsabers, which is a status, a saber. Sabers are pretty dangerous. But yeah, those rapiers. I used to watch mock battles. Rapiers are pretty effective. Sometimes they would be coupled with a dagger. They'd have a rapier and a dagger. They'd use a dagger as a blocker, and the rapier is what they poked with. I know we see hit. Yeah, during the mock battles, the Renaissance mock battles, they'd say hit, hit. Battles were over pretty fast because it's not hard to wound somebody with a medieval weapon. It's not difficult to wound someone with a medieval weapon. Those maces are pretty damaging. Those spiked maces. They used to pound each other, brutalize, maximize your brutalize, maximizing your brutalizing. And then they had a dagger that was supposed to poke in between the armor. The armor. Yeah, they can move around pretty well in that armor. I watched some other mock battles. Guys just bludgeoning each other. Lightsabers. That's a good weapon, but you have to be very careful. One accidental move with the lightsaber, and there goes your arm, there goes your hand. That's what they did in the Star Wars saga, you know. They would just cut your hand off. It happened to Darth Vader, it happened to Luke Skywalker. They just cut off your hand. They don't have to kill you, they could just cut your hand off. Then you get a robot hand. You have to be very careful not to lose your other hand, the one you pick your nose with, the one you scratch with. Yeah, I'm getting dirty thoughts. Don't you can't pick your hands. You can't pick your nose. You can pick your friends. You can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose. Oh, wow. I'm a loud guy, I guess. My ears are ringing from all the talking I'm doing. So maybe some people will be on board. All aboard the SS Funhouse. The SS Eddie's Funhouse. Where we sail the seven seas. Dolphins follow us. We watch the flying ship. Darth Vader. No. I am your father. No, this can't be happening. It's funny, those iconic movie lines. No, this can't be happening. The very one he hated and wanted to avenge his father. You know, he hated Darth Vader. And then he found out that Darth Vader was his father. No, I am your father. That was his whole vendetta. You know, he had that personal vendetta against Darth Vader because he heard Darth Vader killed his father. Was that what Obi-Wan said? Darth Vader. It was Darth Vader who killed your father. It was Darth Vader who killed your father. And then all of a sudden he got all mad. How dare he kill my father? Obi-Wan should have told the truth. He should have told the truth. He said, Darth Vader is your father. He knew that. I'm pretty sure he knew that. Harrison Ford didn't know that. You didn't fucking tell me that. That's what he said to Mark Hamill. You didn't fucking tell me that. I think he wanted... Obi-Wan kind of pitted him against Darth Vader. He could have said, Darth Vader's your father. Watch out because you can become like him. Because the dark side, you know. If you only knew the power of the dark side. That's what Obi-Wan could have said. Darth Vader's your father, but he's gone... He's bananas, man. He's bananas, man. Your father is Darth Vader. I don't know, maybe he was senile. He left out that little nugget of truth. Maybe Obi-Wan was a bit senile. After all those battles he had. After all these battles he fought. You know. Maybe when you're older, you start to lose it a little bit. You know. It was Darth Vader who killed your father. Oh no, wait a minute. Darth Vader is your father. Wouldn't that be a funnier scene? It was Darth Vader. Oh no. He is your father. I haven't heard that name in a long, long time. A long time. Your father wanted you to have this when you were old enough. And he seemed to know how to use it. Isn't that weird? Obi-Wan hands Luke Skywalker the lightsaber and he just knew how to turn it on, you know? So maybe the Force gave him that information. He just knew, you know. If somebody handed me a lightsaber and I never touched a lightsaber before, I'd say, how do you turn this thing on? Obi-Wan would say, oh, you push that button over there. You know, watch out because it'll kill you. And then the first time one was used in the movie, the first time in the movie was with the cantina scene. That guy was getting a little rough with little Skywalker, and he pulls out his lightsaber and just amputates. He amputates the alien's arm. I'll give you a free amputation. Mess with Luke Skywalker. Mess with young Skywalker, and I'll give you a free amputation. And just, wow, wow, you know. We had never seen a lightsaber in use until that cantina scene. And all those aliens are talking to each other, you know. You'll be dead. That's how serious he was. I'll be careful. You'll be dead. He was a little he just wanted to pick on Luke Skywalker. He was just minding his own business. He was up at the bar, him and Obi-Wan, and then he was picking on him, you know. And then Obi-Wan had to bust out his saber and give him a free amputation. It was funny, that was the only time you saw blood in Star Wars. Have you noticed that? You watch all 6 Star Wars. The only time you see blood was in the cantina scene. I guess he said, that's going too far. He cut off the guy's arm. He cut off the poor guy's arm. That's a lot. I guess, what would that look like if you're filing for disability? You're filing for disability. I started talking to somebody and Obi-Wan cut my arm off. I only have one arm now. I can't screw the cap onto toothpaste tubes. I can't change oil in the car. You know, I can't cut hair anymore because I only have one arm now. I have to have somebody else hold the hair while I cut it. Yeah. I hope we're having fun. This is what this is all about. Forget the hokey pokey. This is what it's all about. Having some fun. Yeah. We're going to have some fun. Yes, yes. I declare fun. That's my declaration. No more sadness, no more depression. We're just going to sit and bullshit. We're going to talk about this, that, and the other thing. You know who's a big Star Wars fan is Kevin Smith. If you ever watch Clerks, the first Clerks, they're talking a lot about Star Wars. Star Wars. Who else? Who's that guy? Seth MacFarlane. Seth MacFarlane, I think, is a big Star Wars fan. Seth MacFarlane is a Star Wars fan. Who else is a Star Wars fan? Oh well, that's all I can think of. Seth MacFarlane and Kevin Smith. Oh, Robot Chicken. Also, both Seths. Seth MacFarlane and Seth Green. Both Seths. A Tale of Two Seths. Seth MacFarlane, he's that Robot Chicken guy. He also, you know what? They're all together. Seth Green does the voice of, not Stewie. I forgot his name. You ever watch Family Guy? I forgot his name. There's Stewie Griffin. There's Meg. Stewie Griffin, Meg, and then that fat guy, the fat kid. The fat kid that talks like this? That's Seth MacFarlane. No. Seth Green. Seth Green, Seth MacFarlane. Blah. Seth Green, Seth MacFarlane are both working on Family Guy. But anyway, he's the guy who talks like this. He talks like this. I wish I could remember the guy's name. I remember Lois. I remember Peter. I remember Stewie. I remember Meg, but I can't remember the fat kid. Peter Griffin. Yeah. Peter Griffin. Yeah, Peter Griffin. We all and love Peter Griffin. And then there's Quagmire. Giggity, giggity, goo. Giggity, giggity. Who else was that guy? Herbert the Pervert? My brother does a good Herbert the Pervert. He does the whistle and everything. Herbert the Pervert? Come here, little boy. Come down in my basement. I have some popsicles. I have some popsicles. Come here. Come here, boy. I like those cartoons of Herbert the Pervert. A lot of wrong humor in Family Guy. It's funny how they're both named Seth. Seth is not a common name. Seth Rogen, there's Seth Rogen, Seth MacFarlane, Seth Green, Tom Green, Green with Envy. Anyway, I digress. I guess we're having a good time here. We're chilling. We're talking about whatever. I just need more people to watch. That's what I need. I need space abhors a vacuum. That's what I keep hearing. Space abhors a vacuum. And I feel a vacuum. A vacuum for people to listen. People to chat with me so I can learn. You guys are my learning. And I'll be your therapy. That'll be the switch off here. The change. Education and therapy. Some of us really need therapy. And I think it's good therapy. Let's see, Monday. Today is Monday. I'll be doing this again tomorrow. I'm actually getting encouragement to do these. It all comes down to money. That's what's sad. Every time I talk to my brother always says, how much money did you make? How much money did you make? You know, I say, oh, yeah, I'm doing online. I'm doing some YouTube stuff, you know. I'm making YouTube content. How much money did you make? It's like, I'd love to just show him. Here's how much money I made. Look at all these people who donated. Look at all these people who helped me out, you know, so that I could do what I like doing, you know. I do what I like doing. Because all my life I've had jobs that were just drudgery. All my jobs were just drudgery. They were just a way to make money. Everything I did was just a way to make money, you know. This is what I've always listened to radio shows and podcasts. And it's like, people get paid to do podcasts. People get paid to do radio, you know, to say things on the radio. Howard Stern was one of the guys that I admired and, you know, and envied to a degree. He got paid lots of money just to be on the radio, you know. Why not me? Where's my cut of the entertainment pie? Where's my cut of the entertainment pie, you know? That almost sounds like algebra. Entertainment plus pie. I want my cut of the entertainment pie. I'm very entertaining for what people say. You know, people listen to me while they're driving their girlfriend somewhere. I did pretty good last night, or this morning. I was up at 2 a.m. chatting with somebody, one of my New Year's subscribers. It's like, come on, guys, help me make my dream come true. Help me make my dream come true. Just click on that link. I calculated if everyone just donated $5 a month, which I don't think anybody would miss. I could have somebody $5 a month and I wouldn't even miss it. I wouldn't even miss it. $5 a month to get all this? All this? Yeah. Anyway. And then I could help other people, you know. I could be somebody's distraction, like when they're getting a shot, you know, when they're getting their blood drawn, when they're getting their prostate examined. When you're getting your prostate examined, I could just be your distraction. Or when your cat dies. I saw a dead cat today on the roadside. There was a cat just laying there. And I sang, that poor kitty. My mom, her sense of humor, she said, I guess he spent his ninth life. I guess that cat spent its ninth life. And it just made me laugh. Because that's the way she thinks. Yep, that was life number 9. Life number 9. It looks so peaceful, this kitty cat. It was just laying there motionless and peaceful after being, however it died. Poor kitty. I like kitty cats, I like puppy dogs and kitty cats. But you know what? When your number's up, that's what happens. It's hard to get your head around because that cat could have brought some joy into somebody's life. But now it's just something on the road. I wonder how long it'll be. We just become something on the road. We're remembered by our headstone. We're remembered by, how many laughs we caused. That's what I want to be remembered for. How many laughs did I cause? How many guns were taken out of mouths because of me? Because of me. How many guns were taken out of mouths? How many times, who have I stopped from jumping off a cliff, Who have I stopped from just swallowing his last pills, Because I've been there, I got to think about that. What made me take the gun out of my mouth? What made me decide not to swallow those pills, What kept me from jumping off a cliff? That should be one of my topics. What kept you from jumping off a cliff? I think everybody is getting pushed nowadays. What's keeping you from jumping off a cliff? But it seems like those people, they'd probably be the same person to push somebody out of the way of a bus, an oncoming train, that same person who's contemplating whether or not to jump off a cliff is probably the same person that would push somebody out of the way of an oncoming train. Maybe that's what I'm here for. I'm here to talk you back from the cliff. Hi, I'm Ed. I'm here to talk you back from the cliff. Take that gun out of your mouth and just smile. Smile, smile, smile. I think that's what it is. We have to figure out what's keeping me from just jumping off a cliff. What's keeping me? I think that's what it is our perception. We have a bad perception. We're focusing on hopelessness. We're focusing on what depresses us. It's weird how we confirm things. I was talking about that with my mom today on the way out to meet my brother for lunch. I was just thinking of, what we focus on. Our subconscious has 2 jobs: agree with us and confirm. That seems to be the 2 biggest jobs of the subconscious mind. Agree with us and confirm. So if we say, that's sad, that's really sad, our subconscious mind just goes, yeah, it's sad. And I'll show you why it's sad. I'll keep showing you why it's sad. Because that's what establishes our belief. It goes from faith to a belief, We have faith. Yeah, we have faith. But then there's our belief, And we just confirm our beliefs. Our subconscious agrees with us. Yeah, that's sad. And I'll show you why it's sad. I'll just keep confirming why it's sad. And then we go into depression because we keep seeing what's sad. Our subconscious keeps confirming to us what's sad. So then we got to say, hey, that's great. I had lunch with my family today and none of us were sick. And then your subconscious goes, yeah, that's true. Let me show you why it's true. You know, then it becomes our reality. Because belief is like creation in its beginning phase, or assumption, like Neville Goddard, my boy Neville Goddard, you know. It's like, first of all, we have that assumption, you know. I'm going to hop in the car, Mom and I are going to drive over, we're going to meet my brother, and we're going to have lunch. That was all assumed, okay? And then my subconscious mind agreed that this is what's going to happen. And then the confirmation was, I'm sitting there eating a chicken dinner with my family, with my mommy and my brother, you know, one of our remainders of our family. and it all went well, you know, in spite of all the obstacles. What's funny is if you don't focus on an obstacle, it disappears. It just disappears if you don't focus on it. How am I going to make this happen? I need this. How? You know. And then you focus on a need and it becomes a need. It becomes a need. So then you say, I have. Change your words. Words are magical. Words are how we cast spells. So you can cast the spell. Like I'm going to do Friday. I'm going to cast love spells. I'm going to cast a big old love spell on Friday, the 5th. 5th? Yeah, the 5th. And it only costs $20, you know, $20. And it'll be a beginning. I've done this. That's why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because it worked for me. A girl found me and we had a nice time together. I found a couple of girls. Even, it's kind of like a repercussion kind of thing. You know, you just start meeting women and smile, have smiles and laughs together. Because I was kind of down in the dumps. And then I went out into the woods and I casted this spell. And then I met this girl and we spent time with each other. We had fun together. They were all Pisces, by the way. They were both, yeah, all of them were Pisces. The 3 girls that I met and had fun with, they were Pisces. I remember them vividly. And it was all because I did a spell, you know. And so Friday is a good day to cast a love spell. So you'll be able to find that when you click on live. Go to my channel and click on live, and you'll see the schedule. And you'll be able to pay in the description. If you pay in the description, you'll find the link that makes it possible for you to pay your $20 fee, and I'll do it live. I'm going to do it live. It'll be kind of fun. It'll kind of like be for old time's sake, you know. I guess people are leaving now. There's a 0 up there. I'm going to cast a spell on Friday. Maybe this will kick off everything, you know. That financial blockage, it'll be gone, you know. No more financial blockage. I think today I need to go for a walk. I think I have transcended the attention span. I have transcended the attention span of most people. Not transcended. I've extended maybe the attention span of most people. I think that pollen is making my nose itch. Around this time of year, the pollen just dumps. The pollen just dumps. I mean, it looks like yellow powder. There's a yellow powder that comes from all the pine trees out there. First, all those little pods drop, and then the powder comes. And I wash my car multiple times to get that pollen off. That sounds like a Russian name, Pollenov. I like looking out the window. I have a window behind the phone here that's sitting on the tripod. The tripod. The three-legged thing that holds. I just need to pray more. Pray that I'll get more viewers. I'll be your distraction. Let me be your distraction. Let me be your favorite comedian, you know. The guy you think about when you're painting your house, hopefully on the inside, so you're not out in the sun. When you're retrieving your dead cat from the roadside, I'll be there with you in that sad moment to cheer you up. I think I've scared everyone away. Well, I feel like I'm well hydrated. I think I'll taste some more rainbow. The rainbow that leads us to Valhalla. Taste the rainbow. The rainbow bridge, baby. We're going to cross that rainbow bridge. Let me be your distraction. I could be your hero, baby. I could kiss away the pain. I like that. Wow. I like Tool. Have you heard Tool? There is a group called Tool. That song, Sober. Why can we not be sober? Why can't we start this over? I gotta hear that song. I will find a center in you. I will chew it up and leave. I will only complicate you. Trust me, trust me. Why can we not be sober? Why can't... It's been a while since I heard that song. That was a 90s song, I think. Why can we not be sober? Why can we not start this over? I think that's how it goes. I will find a center in you. I will chew it up and leave. I will only complicate you. Trust me, trust me. I am struggling with nose hairs. They're like the Hydra. You cut off the head of the Hydra and it just grows back. I cut a head off of the Hydra. I should refer to my nose as the Hydra. I'm trimming the Hydra. It's that multi-headed serpent. The multi-headed serpent known as the Hydra. Wow. I pluck, I clip, and those hairs just keep coming back. I have to cauterize them like Hercules. Like Heracles, he cauterized the heads of the Hydra. He cauterized the head of the Hydra. I've been known to talk people to sleep. Maybe that's what's happening. I'm like Hermes. When Hermes, spoke to the hundred-eyed monster and caused him to sleep. That was one of, I think it was one of Hera's most loved animals. Hera's most loved animal, or one of them. That's where the peacock came from. Hydra. No, it was the hundred-eyed monster. Hermes spoke to the hundred-eyed monster and he fell asleep. And then that's how he got killed. Hermes just spoke to the hundred-eyed monster and he fell asleep. And he killed him. And then Hera created the peacock. And when he uses his plumage, you see those 100 eyes. That's how the story goes. I would love to chat with you. That'll be my slogan. I would love to chat with you. With my 2 links. Not likes, my 2 likes. That's how free advertising works. You get a handful of people. You get a handful of people. It is almost 3 o'clock. We got through another day. My mother is 75 years old, and she has way more energy than I do. Way more energy. You can't stop her. She's a juggernaut. She's a 75-year-old juggernaut. You don't want to get in her way because you will be laid to waste. If you try to get in her way, you will be laid to waste. I call her Nolo Contendere. I call my mom Nolo Contendere. That means no contest. I was joking with my brother. I said, when you see this face, think Nolo Contendere. No contest. She's just you're either the hammer or the nail. And you don't want to be the nail. She is unstoppable. She puts her armor on, shows you how strong she is. She is unstoppable. She's a 75-year-old juggernaut. Do not get in her way. All right. Nolo Contendere. That should be another Harry Potter spell. Nolo Contendere. Expelliarmus. Expecto Patronum. Expecto Patronum means I await my guardians. That's what Expecto Patronum. It means I await my guardians. That's why all that light appeared. It just threw away all those soul suckers. The soul suckers. I like those spells. Incendere. Incendere. Arresto Momentum. Arresto Momentum. That's what I like to use. I like to speak that spell. When things are just gaining too much momentum. Arresto Momentum. You can stop things. Like a curse. A bad spell directed at you. Sometimes we cast bad spells over ourselves. Watch what you say. Watch what you say about yourself. I'll teach you some things about magic. I'll teach you some things. Things I wish I knew when I was younger. What you got to do is when you start noticing facts, just acknowledge them and then put them out of your head. When you start seeing facts that are negative, acknowledge them, and dismiss them. That's a good thing. Acknowledge and dismiss. Acknowledge and, because when you do not dismiss something, you give it power. You you add momentum to it. You add life to it. So when a fact arises, yes, it's raining. Yes, it's hot. Yes, you're hungry. Those are those are facts. But then acknowledge them and then dismiss them, because soon you will not be hungry. Soon you will not be lonely. If you're lonely, acknowledge it and then dismiss it. Because then it doesn't become empowered. It doesn't take on a life of its own. It doesn't become a thought form. It does not become a thought form. So when you start to see negative facts, acknowledge them and then dismiss them. I dismiss you. I release you. Like Dinner for Scoundrels. No, not Dinner for Scoundrels. What was that movie? Zach Galifianakis, Paul Rudd, Steve Carell. Dinner for Schmucks, that's what it was. Dinner for Schmucks. I release you. I release you. Barry, I want you to say, you can eat my pudding. I want you to say, oh, I want you to eat my pudding. I want you to say, I want you to eat my pudding. You're going to say it anyway. Your mind, my puppet. That was funny. Your mind, my puppet. Barry, I want you to say, you can eat my pudding. I want you to eat my pudding. Barry, I want you to say, you can eat, I want you to eat my pudding. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. You're going to say it anyway. Comedy. How I love thee. Let me count the ways. Well, somebody stayed with me. I got to make this more interesting somehow. I could just sit and listen to some people for hours and hours. For hours and hours. And I want to be one of those guys that people just sit and listen to for hours and hours and communicate. People run out of stuff to say, I think. They run out of things to say, you know. We can only talk about New Orleans for so long. We can only talk about dead kitties for so long. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. And say, arresto momentum. That changes the energy. Spoken spells. Arresto momentum. When things are starting to get rough, when the turbulence kicks in. Arresto momentum. And then watch everything stop. Acknowledge those facts. And then dismiss them. Because you have the power to do that. After you dismiss those facts, those negative facts, then you focus on the solution. What would be the solution to me not having $20? Having $20. That would be the solution to me not having $20. What would be the solution? Cast spells for people. Cast spells that work for people. Then what I can do is do like money spells, love spells, enemy go away spells. Enemy go away. Then we can do spells together and learn how. How do you do a spell? Clearing your mind is the main thing. Have your mind clear. Is your mind clear? One thing that works for me is touch your index finger to your thumb, touch your index finger to your thumb, and then have the intention of clearing your mind. Have the intention of clearing your mind. And when your mind is clear, your thumb and forefinger separate. That'll be a thing, a signal that your mind is clear. See, mine just drops apart. Yeah, like that. It just drops, or my hand will relax. And then once your mind is clear, once you've dismissed the negative facts, the negative thoughts, just focus on something, like this ball. You can get something like this, a glass ball, a sphere, and just focus on the sphere. That'll be a trigger to your mind. Another thing is, I do this. I'll put these two fingers together, the thumb and index finger together like this, and I'll hold them gently like that. I'll just press them gently together, and my power rises. My power level rises. My energy level rises. And just hold your fingers like this at your hips, on your knees. You can do it subtly. Well, if you're sitting in a waiting room or on a bus, or, you're standing in line, and you want to focus your power, just stand there with your thumbs and your index fingers, touch them ever so gently, and just start breathing like you normally do. You can do it with your eyes open or closed, You'll feel your concentration, and your power will rise, you will raise your power and your energy. And the longer you hold your fingertips, your thumb and your forefinger together, or your thumb and your index finger, make the OK sign, make the OK sign, and then feel your energy and your power building up. Your energy and your power builds up. And then just concentrate on the solution. I have all the money I need all the time. Or say, I always. I like to start with that. I always what? I always have money. Money is just always given to me. People want me to have money. They feel uncomfortable when I don't have money. People feel uncomfortable when I do not have money. People feel uncomfortable when I do not have money. People around me feel uncomfortable when I do not have money. People around me do not feel comfortable when I do not have money. And just visualize people walking up to you and handing you money. Just visualize that. Get a clear picture in your head, in your mind's eye. Get a clear picture in your mind's eye of people just walking up to you and handing you money in various amounts. And then feel relaxed. You start to feel relaxed the more that happens. You start to feel relaxed and at ease the more that happens. As you're doing the OK sign with both hands, you're doing the OK sign with both hands, and your power and your energy are building up and building up and building up. And you've all the other thoughts are just gone. All those other thoughts to the contrary are gone. All those doubts are gone. Gone, daddy, gone. Gone, daddy, gone. That's another way to clear your mind. Just close your eyes, do the OK sign with both hands, Take a deep breath and say, gone, daddy, gone. Gone, daddy, gone. Gone, daddy, gone. That's a good chant. Gone, daddy, gone. Gone, daddy, gone. Gone, daddy, gone. And then you'll notice that you have no thoughts right now. Now that your mind is clear, begin to imagine people walking up to you and handing you money with smiles on their faces. They're just walking up to you and handing you money with smiles on their faces. You know, they're compelled. They're compelled to hand you money with smiles on their faces. And they want you to confirm that you're doing all right, getting good grades. The future's so bright, you gotta wear shades. I'm doing all right, getting good grades. The future's so bright, I gotta wear shades. That's how the song goes. Doing all right, getting good grades. The future's so bright, I gotta wear shades. And you'll see how powerful that is, you know. When you're in your imagination, you're affecting the astral, you're affecting the quantum field. See, you set the momentum, you set the tone in the quantum field. You go into the astral realm. When you close your eyes are open to the astral realm, the quantum field, whatever you want to call it, the ether. You just do the OK symbol with both hands, the OK sign with both hands. You just say, gone, daddy, gone. My mind is clear. My mind is clear. And you'll start to feel that. My mind is clear. And it is clear. It is now clear. Just start imagining people walking up to you and handing you money. Just handing you money with smiles on their faces, asking you how you're doing. That's what we could start off with. We could start off with that. And just do this whenever you're bored, whenever you got spare time, when you're sitting in a waiting room or standing in line. You're in a room by yourself. Just do the OK sign with both hands. And you'll feel your power and your energy building up. You just visualize people walking up to you and handing you money with smiles on their faces. They're so happy to support you. They're so happy to support you. And you spend that money wisely. You spend that money wisely. You pay all your bills. You pay all your debts until you have no more bills or debts. And then once you do that, you just start being generous. Because they say you can't outgive God. You cannot outgive God. No matter how much you give, you're always going to have. No matter how much you give, you're always going to have. 3, 2, 1, awake, awake, awake. Awake, awake. That's how you do it, baby. That's how you affect the quantum field. That's how you, and watch this three-dimensional world conform, correspondence. That's one of the Hermetic principles, correspondence. As above, so below, as below, so above, so within, so without. As above, I love this symbol. As above, so below, as below, so above, so within, so without. It kind of reminds me of a two-dimensional Merkaba. A two-dimensional Merkaba. Because it's all directions, really. A Merkaba points out, up, side to side. As above, so below, as below, so above, so within, so without. You know, work on the within part. Work on the within part. And then watch everything take shape. Watch everything start corresponding. Everything starts to correspond. And then go for a walk. Make a sandwich. After you've done magic, go make a sandwich. Go pet your cat. Go pet your doggy. Go pet your birdie. Go pet your birdie. Whatever makes you happy. Because then you're doing a disconnect. Your conscious mind is no longer involved in it. You've already set the motion for your subconscious mind to work on it. You've already set it in motion. So any thoughts you get to the contrary, acknowledge them and then dismiss them. That's what I want to do. I want to teach people. And you can learn for just $5 a month. For just $5 a month, I could be your teacher. I could be that sympathetic ear. I could be your buddy. You know, for just $5 a month. $5 a month. Pay on time. I hope somebody watches this to the end. Watch to the end for the lesson. I've earned those 2 likes. It's time to breathe now. Goodbye for now. Goodbye for now. Every little thing is gonna be all right.